Australia could step in to deter China from attacking Taiwan over historic claims in the South China Sea. Australian Senator Jim Molan explained the country can deploy a significant force in the South China Sea to stop any conflict between Taiwan and China. He said there is a high probability of deterrence before an attack is made. But Mr. Molan added the US would be in a better position to act as a deterrent. Senator Molan said he think an attack by China across the straits into Taiwan. He think there's a high probability that something will occur beforehand, and he may be able to deter that by deploying significant forces into the region. The Americans can do it much faster than Australia can. They've always got submarines there. They've got enough carrier battle groups to deploy, but it's a very big question for Australia. He added, should Australia join them in a deployment of significant naval and air forces in the South China Sea in order to deter China from doing something silly? China has showcased increasingly hostile behavior towards Taiwan, with whom tensions have been high since the creation of the Republic of China in 1949. Beijing has repeatedly complained about United States Navy ships getting close to islands it occupies in the South China Sea, where Vietnam, Malaysia, the Philippines, Brunei and Taiwan all also have competing claims. Senator Molan went on to say while conflict is not inevitable, countries are armed and ready. He added, there is a concern it might happen sooner rather than later. For example, he say that such a scenario is certainly possible because everyone is armed. He say that it's likely because not only are people armed, but certain parties, particularly China, have been very aggressive and are arming themselves even more. But he don't say it's inevitable, and that's very important. Australia have got to remain positive in this. In recent months, Taiwan has complained of repeated Chinese Air Force activity near the islands, which Taiwan's Coast Guard only lightly defends, though there are periodic deployments of Marines. There is no permanent civilian population, only occasional visiting scientists. In October, Hong Kong air traffic controllers warned off a Taiwanese civilian flight flying to the Pratas on a routine weekly supply run, forcing it to turn back. The Pratas, the closest Taiwan-controlled territory to Hong Kong, have also taken on extra significance since anti-government protests began in the Chinese-run city. Meanwhile, the People's Liberation Army has conducted island landing drills apparently targeting Taiwan, amid heightened tensions across the strait. The Navy said the drills were aimed at training Marines in rapid response in enemy territory and using different amphibious platforms and weapon systems. Both the PLA and Taiwan's military have launched new amphibious vessels in the past month, and analysts expect more such exercises in the weeks to come, ahead of the typhoon season. The Type 075 amphibious landing helicopter dock and 2 other warships were commissioned on April 23 to mark the PLA Navy's 72nd anniversary. The 40,000-ton amphibious warship is the biggest of its type and is estimated to be able to carry 30 helicopters and nearly 1,000 personnel. The Type 075 will be able to use all the PLA's existing amphibious weapons such as hovercraft and light landing tanks, Beijing-based military analyst Zhou Chenming said. A separate Navy propaganda video shows amphibious landing drills being conducted 2 months ago. Military commentator Song Zhongping said the PLA was targeting its combat training to prepare for a possible conflict over Taiwan, and the landing drills were part of that. He said the exercises were also preparation for more Type 075 amphibious warships going into service. training Marines on the Type 071 transport docks is the best way to get them used to operating the newer and more powerful Type 075, said Song, a former PLA instructor based in Hong Kong. 10 days before the PLA Navy anniversary, Taiwan launched its first modern amphibious assault and transport vessel, a 4.6 billion new Taiwan dollars or 162 million United States dollars landing platform dock fitted with 2 anti-aircraft missiles and other weapons. It comes as tensions are rising in the region, with both the United States and PLA navies sending aircraft carrier strike groups to the South China Sea, and the PLA staging drills near Taiwan. Lu Li-shi, a former instructor at Taiwan's Naval Academy in Kaohsiung, said there would be more landing and defensive exercises this month. Both navies across the Taiwan Strait will be planning drills, whether it's island landing drills or defensive island operations, before the typhoon season begins in June, Lu said. Beijing sees Taiwan as part of its territory and has vowed to bring the self-ruled island under its control, by force if needed. It has stepped up military intimidation of Taiwan, including by sending warplanes into its air defense identification zone on an almost daily basis since last year, and increased pressure on President Tsai Ing-wen, who has refused to accept the One China principle. Beijing has also been angered by closer ties between Taipei and Washington.